Mr. Soria, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges, sir?
Yes.
The court will advise you have a right to an attorney. The court has appointed Mr. Sackrider to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Mr. Sackrider in preparation for this proceeding?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Sackrider, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Soria, I'm going to have you and Ms. Mouton raise your right hand, be sworn in, and then we'll proceed with some testimony.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do. Okay,
thank you. Ms. Mouton, you may proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor, in the matter of Roche versus Soria, docket 2022-2551 UN, the respondent Nathan Soria is before the court for a bench warrant hearing because he failed to appear for a show cause hearing on August 24th, 2023 before referee Delmont. This is an interstate case and we're enforcing a Florida order that was registered in Michigan in June 2022. Mr. Soria is ordered to pay $307.88 per month for current support, $61.58 on arrears, for a total monthly obligation of $372.96. The last payment received on this docket was on September 11, 2023 in the amount of $500, which was a payment to have his bench warrant recalled. This is the second show cause, excuse me, first bench warrant, and he's had one previous finding of contempt. And measured his compliance over the last 6 months, Mr. Soria should have paid $2,237.76. He's paid nothing, so that is a shortfall. Total arrears on this docket are $21,805.28 through September 30th. Friend of the court would like to note that Mr. Soria did have a hearing on June 29th, 2023. He was found in contempt at that time, ordered to serve 31 days or pay a purge of $1,000. And he did pay the purge. Those two purges, well, that purge and this bench warrant payment are the only payments that have been received on this docket since it's been registered with Michigan.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sackrider, do you contest or dispute the testimony given by Ms. Mouton?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Ms. Mouton?
Yes, I do.
And go ahead.
All right, Ms. Mouton, since the obligation was transferred to Michigan in 2022, has Mr. Soria been served with a copy of the support order?
To my knowledge, paperwork has been mailed to Mr. Soria. So, and we have received no return mail. So it would be front of the court's assumption that he has received that paperwork.
All right. Have you ever had any contact with Mr. Soria?
Yes.
All right. Is he eligible for the LEAP program?
He is not. He lives outside of the service area.
All right. Thank you. All right, I have no further questions.
Okay. Any proofs, Mr. Sackrider?
Yes, I'd call Mr. Soria.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, Mr. Soria, you heard the testimony of Ms. Mouton. Was there anything that you disagreed with?
No. I mean, other than getting my mail, I have not been receiving mail. I don't know where it's going, but it is not coming to my 626. And I believe I just talked to Miss Mouton today for the first time. And I did get the information where to send payments. She gave me a P.O. box address. But other than that, I have nothing.
All right. She testified that you missed a show cause hearing on August 24th, 2023. Did you have notice of that hearing?
I did not. I got notice after, I believe it was a Thursday. Amber Roach had sent my daughter that lives in the state of Michigan a picture, stating that I missed court. But other than that, I've not missed court, or I wouldn't have missed court if I had any information on my court date. I would have been there.
All right. When did you learn that the child support enforcement case was transferred to Michigan?
The very first court date that we had, I'm not even sure when it was, but it was through Calhoun County. Not the one I
All right.
missed, but several months before that.
All right. Did you update your address with the court?
The court has the correct address. I've called in, talked to several different secretaries from the friend of court and several different departments, and they tell me that my address is the 6th. My address has also been changed through the post office, so I don't understand why I'm not receiving my letters.
All right. When did you move to that address?
It would have been December 25th of 2021. It would have been Christmas Day of 2021.
All right. All right. She testified that your child support obligation is $307.88 per month. In addition, there's arrears and service processing fees totaling $372.96. Were you aware of that?
I was not aware of my arrears or what my actual payment monthly was until this morning when I asked how do I pay those?
All right. Are you currently working?
I am not. I've had an extremely hard time finding work here in Michigan. I've done odds and ends, but other than that, it's not very much.
All right. How are you supporting yourself?
Like I said, I find odds and ends, little jobs that I can. Other than that, I, do stuff around my house and what I can to get by.
All right. How much would you say that you earned in the past month?
Maybe $700, and I had to pay at the time I had to borrow money from my mom and pay my mom back for the $500 that I had to pay for the bench warrant due to missing the last court date.
Okay. Who do you live with?
My fiance
All right.
and my 9-month-old daughter.
All right. What are your expenses?
I have a cell phone bill that I have to pay monthly. I have food expenses. My 9-month-old daughter, if she needs something, I have daily expenses. If I have to go somewhere, I have to give somebody gas money if I can't get there in a walking distance.
All right. Who owns the house that you live in?
My fiance.
All right. Have you been looking for work?
I have. I've had several job opportunities, interviews. I'd go in for my orientation and my interview. They'd hire me in. I had a job at Myers Distribution a while back. I did my interview, my drug test, all my paperwork. They hired me in. I went to start my first day, and they said my background check had came in, and I was terminated. I wasn't eligible to enter the building due to my background.
Okay. What in your background prevented them from hiring you?
I have 2 felonies, I believe it is, and just a list of misdemeanors.
All right. When was the last time you were employed?
The last time I was employed, I worked at Clemens in Coldwater. It's a slaughterhouse. And at that time, they were taking child support out of my check weekly.
When was that?
It was before Christmas of December 2021.
Okay, let's say per week since that time, how many jobs would you say you applied to?
I'd say at least 100, if not more. I mean, I moved to Michigan, filling out job applications left and right. Did several interviews. I went around here to the staffing agencies, and due to my background, most of them couldn't find me anywhere that would accept me with my charges.
All right. What's your highest level of education achieved?
10th grade.
Okay. Have you ever attempted to get your GED?
I have. I've tried once while I was in a work release program in Indiana. And then I tried to do my online classes on my own, and I wasn't able to complete the test at that point.
All right. Is there any amount that you could pay today?
I have $122 to my name in my wallet. I could go get a money order and send it in. I'm 3 hours away from Calhoun County. I can overnight it. That'd cost me a few bucks. So maybe $100 I could pay today.
All right. What's your plan for paying the obligation in the future?
I'm just gonna try to set a little bit back on each job and send it in as what I can. I mean, I can't guarantee that I could make enough to pay the full $4 something a month, but I mean, I could try.
All right. Anything else you'd like to tell the court?
No.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Soria, in this particular matter, you've stated you had difficulty finding work, but you probably have been around town and realized that there is a substantial need in the workforce, and that there is, in fact, most every business has a help wanted sign in their window. Why haven't you been able to find employment?
Most of them, well, all of them do a background check. I have some pretty nasty felonies from when I was younger on my record. And even some of them that do the second chance. I've been to a few places that do second chances, and they wouldn't hire me due to my record.
So you could say your past has caught up with you.
That it has, Your Honor. I didn't know. They always told us, but we never believed them when we were younger. If I knew it was going to affect me like this, I don't think I would have done all them things I did when I was a kid.
You said in the past month that you made approximately $700. Has that been consistent, let's say, over the year, give or take a little bit, that you make that much per month?
I don't normally, I guess it just fluctuates. I find jobs here and there on Facebook as I can, people asking for yard work, people asking for, carpet replaced or painting. I mean, I find jobs like that, and it's not ever easy, especially somebody trusting a stranger in their house nowadays.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Sackrider?
No.
In this particular matter, the respondent has testified. Let me say before that, Ms. Roush, is there anything you would like to say? Ma'am?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes. Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, Your Honor. No.
Thank you. Well, court heard the testimony in this matter. It's clear that Mr. Soria has had, again, knowledge of the action being registered in Michigan from Florida. He's acknowledged that during the last proceeding that he was aware that it came to Michigan. Again, his last payment has basically been involuntary payment other than the purge amount that he paid as a result to avoid the jail sentence in this particular case. He stated that he's not working, that he's had a hard time finding work. He acknowledges it's based upon his record and that he acquired obviously when he was younger, but unfortunately that stays with you. He did state that in the last month he'd made approximately $700, but he didn't pay anything towards the obligation in this particular case as he had other expenses. He did have stated he'd had difficulties acquiring employment. He had a chance to work at Myers Distribution, but once they did the background check that he failed that. But he did state that he'd worked at Clements for a period of time back before 2021, and apparently had been able to work in that employment. Notwithstanding that, the court notes that he'd stated that going forward that he would try to set back some money to pay, but there was no guarantee. So at least that's informing the court that notwithstanding the minimal intent that he has in this matter, that the court is going to get nothing in this particular case because that's consistent with what's happened previously. So the court will find that he does have the present ability to make an income. He hasn't stated he has any mental or physical disabilities that will keep him from working. He's acknowledged that he does do part-time odd job work and that he's able to do that. As a result, the court will find that he's failed or refused to comply with the orders of the court, and he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sackrider?
Yes, we would ask that the court not impose a jail sentence today, that my client be able to stay in the community and obtain employment to begin paying on his obligation. If the court were to impose a jail sentence, we would ask that it be suspended, or we would ask that the court set a purge amount in the amount of $500. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, in this particular case, the court notes the court could, you'd previously had one finding of contempt. The court could find you in contempt. You were sentenced to 31 days at that time. With, again, a purge amount. The court could sentence you up to 90 days in jail at this time. I'm not going to sentence you to jail to that extent. But I do feel that the jail time is warranted in this particular case. The court will sentence you at this time to 45 days in jail with credit for no time served. The court would order that you report to the sheriff, Calhoun County Sheriff, no later than 4:00 p.m. October 13, 2023. In lieu of that, the court would set your purge amount in the amount of $1,000. If you're able to make that purge amount, then you would not have to spend that time in jail. So with that, court will end this hearing at 11:22 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.